Welcome to Kaumudy Global. The Iranian man who inspired filmmaker Steven Spielberg's movie The Terminal, Mehran Karimi Nasseri, passed away around midday on Saturday at the same terminal of Shaal Degol airport in Paris. The cause of death has been reported as a heart attack. The police and medical professionals treated him but were unable to save Nasseri. Sir Alfred, as was referred by the airport staff, Nasseri was at the airport since 1988 after the United Kingdom denied him political asylum as a refugee due to legal deferment, despite the fact that he had a Scottish mother. Following which, he deliberately chose to stay at the airport after declaring himself stateless. He used to spend time reading, writing diary entries and studying economics. He always kept his luggage by his side at the airport. After being granted to leave the airport, Nasseri only went out of the terminal on few occasions. Once, it was when he was hospitalized in 2006, 18 years after first settling at the terminal. Again, with the money he had received for film rights, he booked and stayed in a hotel room near to the airport. Then he stayed in a shelter for homeless people, but returned to living at the airport terminal again in September. Taking inspiration from Nasseri's unconventional situation, Steven Spielberg decided to make a film on him, which was released in 2004 and was titled The Terminal. The movie starred Tom Hanks as an Eastern European man who resides in New York's John F. Kennedy Airport after being denied entry to the United States. The movie also starred Catherine Zeta-Jones. Though the director's production company reportedly paid Nasseri a fee for the rights to his story, he is not named in the film or any of the official publicity material. According to a report published by New York Times in 2003, Spielberg purchased the rights to Nasseri's life story for roughly $250,000. Apart from The Terminal, Nasseri's story also inspired the 1993 French film Tombs du Ciel, which starred Jean Rochefort. The film was released internationally with the title Lost in Transit. Nasseri was believed to have been born in Iran in 1945 to a doctor father who worked for the Anglo-Iranian oil company. His father died of cancer when he was 23. He was subsequently told by his mother that she was not his biological mother and that he was the product of his father's relationship with a Scottish nurse. When he returned to Tehran after 3 years of studies in Yugoslav studies at the University of Bradford, his passport was revoked because of his involvement in a protest against the Shah. To track down his biological mother, he attempted to travel to Britain. He thought he wouldn't need his identification documents anymore and fell into a stateless deferment. He was repeatedly detained upon arrival in the UK and sent back to Belgium or France, but in August 1988, he gave up and settled at Shaal Degol airport terminal. A French court ruled in 1992 that Nasseri could not be expelled from the airport since he had legally entered as a refugee. After his story made headlines over time, Nasseri was first offered citizenship by Belgium and then France. However, he rejected the paperwork because he believed it was not addressed to him. He had long since renounced his Iranian ancestral roots and claimed to be a British citizen who was born in Sweden. Sir Alfred Mehran, the name that appeared on one of his letters of correspondence with British authorities, was the only one he would accept. He reportedly spent the bulk of his time at Shaal Degol airport, sitting on a red bench on the ground level of Terminal 1, refusing any gifts and donations aside from the occasional food coupon from airport staff. When asked in 2003 by a journalist if he was furious about having spent 15 years of his life in an airport terminal, he responded, "No, angry, I just want to know who my parents are." This is Anjana signing off. Do like and share this video for further updates and news. Subscribe to Kaumudy Global. You can also send in your news and feedback to kaumudyglobal@gmail.com.